Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Katie and today is my favorite video of the month, my TBR Around the World game. So I play this game every single month, so we'll go through all the books that I had for last month, see if I accomplished my TBR for this month, then we'll pick our roles for May, and I'm just so excited. So let's go ahead and get started. So next month, my mom and I are planning a trip to the Fiction Readers Summit, which is a Christian fiction kind of, not necessarily a conference, but we're going to be like talking with Christian authors, hanging out with them, getting books signed. It's going to be so much fun. My mom is pretty much just going with me just to hang out with me because I'm the book nerd. She really isn't, but that's okay. We're going to have fun anyways. So I have my reading journal here, which has my prompts and everything, which I'm so glad I started doing that. So I don't have to bring, a piece of paper or whatever. They're all in here. I did that last year and that was a pain because I usually lost the paper and I had to rewatch my videos. So thankfully, haven't had to do that. All right, so for my TBR Around the World for last month, for my first roll, I got a genre wheel. That's always the hardest thing to say. And it's spun on contemporary. And for that one, I was supposed to read Before I Called You Mine by Nicole Deese. And I just finished reading that last night, so I accomplished that one. Next roll was a TBR Star Claw, which was my new addition to my TBR game. And for that one, I got a random book from my bookshelves or from if I had to pick it out from the library. And what came for that one was, it's right here. I was like, I knew I had it somewhere. And that was A Warrior's Heart by Misty M. Beller, and I did read this one as well. All of these I'll talk about in my end of the month wrap up as well, so don't worry. And then the next roll was a cloud prompt, which landed on a buddy read. And for that one, I picked Vivid by Ashley Bustamante, which was our buddy read pick for our Christian book club. So I did read that one. Yay! Doing good so far. And then the last roll that I got was the travel prompt, and that was packing item on the cover. And for that one, I chose A Lady of Secret Devotion by Tracy Peterson, which had like a book on the cover. She was holding a book, which obviously pack a book or pack your phone that has books on it, Kindle, whatever. So I read that one. So I accomplished my TBR. Yay! So I don't really have any rewards, but as far as punishments go, I would have to have used only one dice in my TBR game instead of two. But since I accomplished my TBR game, we don't have to do that and we can just roll one dice. So I am super excited about that. 100%. All right, I can close this up. So let's go ahead and see what roll number one gets us. Oh, and before I forget, Christian book club pick, we actually, we spin a genre wheel and it came up as a nonfiction this month, and we decided to go with a book of the Bible. We picked Ruth, so if you want to read Ruth with us, feel free to. We don't really do any like discussions on YouTube or anything, but feel free to read it with us, and we talk about it at the end of the month in our wrap-ups and stuff, so feel free to read that with us. So other than that, I don't think I have any book news. Yeah, nope, I think we're good. All right, so on to roll number one. All right, everyone, so here is the board. I roll until I hit the airplane at the end of the game. I will link my playlist down below so you can check out the first video of this year as well as see how it is played and see what goes on. So I have my 2 dice since I completed my TBR for April. I'm so happy. I finished it about a week before the month ended, so I'm just so happy with that. Well, not quite a week, but almost a week before the month ended. So very happy about that because I did not want to roll one dice in May because I have a book trip and I still have books to read before I go on the trip. So yeah, let's just see how many books that I could fit that I already have planned for this month. All right, so I'm going to quickly, which I forgot, mix my cards on camera because I always do that, Not that I'm going to cheat or anything. I wouldn't cheat, but, just to mix them up on camera, have fun. Roll number one. We got an 11. Nice start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got a single cloud, which is just a 1 prompt card here. So our first prompt is title includes a number. Thanks, Jane. This prompt came from my friend Jane Reads, and I will link her channel down below in the description. I love her, but a number in the title might be a little tough this month, but we'll see. All right, so that is our first pick. All right, so for roll number 1, we landed on a cloud prompt, and for that one, we got title includes a number, and this was kindly suggested by Jane Reed, so I will link her channel down below. So thank you, Jane, for this prompt. Feel free to put down any prompt suggestions down in the box below. I'd love to hear them, and maybe they'll be added to my game in the future. Who knows? So this was from Jane. Thank you. So I honestly thought this was going to be harder. I didn't have any on my immediate TBR though, which kind of stank, but that's okay. I found a middle grade book which works perfect for this. So for this one, I'm going to be reading, it's called One Came Home by Amy Timberlake, and I think it's a Newbery Honor winner or nominee. I'm not sure. But all I know about this one is that it has some kind of mystery. It's historical fiction, so I'm excited to see what it's about. I don't really want to know anything going in. Lately, I haven't been wanting to know anything going into many books, but I'm sure, you know, if I have the physical book, I usually read the back to you, but a lot of times, like, I see the title, I read the description at some point, so I must want to read it, and I just don't want to know about it anymore, I guess. So that's the first book that we got, and hopefully it's a good one, because middle grade books, they've been hit or miss in the past, so we'll see. We'll see if this is a good one. Roll number 2. Don't see that over there, but it was a 2, so we got a total of 8. Forgot which way we were going. We're going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another single cloud prompt. Might just have single clouds this month. All right, so the next prompt is nature scene on the cover. Okay, that should be pretty easy. That could be flowers or just like a general background of nature, like mountains or fields or whatever. So should be easy, I hope. Let's go see what we can find. So for roll number 2, we got another cloud prompt, and for that one, we got a nature on the cover. And so for that one, I'm actually going to be reading I think it's the 3rd book. Yeah, I think it's the 3rd book. And it's called Cry of the Raven by Morgan L. Busey. I've been pronouncing it wrong. I started the audiobook of the 1st book today, and I was like, oh, that's the way you pronounce her last name. I've been pronouncing it Bussy this entire time. It's Busey. So now I know. I have auto-corrected my brain to be accurate. So yeah, so I will be reading Cry of the Raven by Morgan L. Busey. So this is an entire series this is a fantasy, I would say probably YA Christian fiction series, and I'm just so excited to finally dive into these. As I said, I did start the first one today, and I should be finished with the first one by today. I'm really hoping to be. But this one is all about a girl who she finds out she is some kind of dream walker, where if she comes into contact with someone she touches, she can go into their dreams and kind of manipulate them. So I'm not going to say any more about it because that's honestly really all that I know so far, but I don't want to spoil anything too. So that's what we're going to be reading. So next roll. Roll number 3, right? Yeah, 3. We got a 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So for the globe, it's my genre wheel. So I will spin my wheel on my phone app and we'll see what genre we get for this month. So that's pretty broad, hopefully, and hopefully we get one that I'm planning on reading. Okay, so roll number 3, we got the genre wheel. So we spun the wheel, and for this one, it landed on fantasy, which is perfect. Perfect. So I'm putting The Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Busey on there. It's fantasy. Absolutely works perfect. It's the first in the series I just talked about. So yeah, I have already started it, but I'm gonna share a detail. Like, I am elongating my May month, but I'll explain at the end of the game. So stay tuned. But yeah, so I'm adding the first book in this series, which is A Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Busey. So it's exciting that I can put 2 books from one series on this TBR. Roll number 4. I got a 5. Oh no. Oh, I think we're good. Whew. I think we missed the rainbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, we missed the rainbow. Okay. So that is another globe prompt. So that's another genre wheel. I'm glad I get at least 2 of those. That should be helpful a little bit. So roll number 4, we landed again on a globe genre prompt. So I spun the wheel again, and guess what came up? Fantasy came up again. So I'm adding book number 2 of that series by Morgan L. Busey, which is Flight of the Raven. So we are adding all 3 books on this TBR, which is so exciting because I'm planning on binge reading the whole series anyways. So this is just absolutely perfect. It could not have been a more perfect game, at least in this area. So yeah, it works out perfectly. I don't even have to explain the books because I kind of already did. So even though I don't know much about it, but I don't want to go into these books not knowing too much because fantasy, you kind of just want to enjoy the ride. All right, roll number 5, which should be our last roll. We got a 9. Yes, our last roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're on the airplane. That is an airplane prompt over here that are all travel style prompts. So this one is set in the US. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. I think I actually have quite a few that are set in the US that I plan on reading next month. Awesome. So that was nice and easy. All right. So let's go pick our final read for that roll. Roll number 5 was our last roll. Yay! About 5 rolls is honestly my average in this game, which is honestly really good. It gives me a lot of extra time and leeway to read a lot of mood reading or other challenges and reading prompts and whatever. So I am, before I forget, I am doing a few of my book friends. They're doing a readathon next month, which is called the Southern Charm Readathon. So I will link the announcement video down below, so make sure to check that out. I am not doing my TBR in this video. I will be doing it next Thursday, so stay tuned for that. But as I was saying, so the last prompt was set in the US, which, oops, I forgot to share it. There it is, set in the US. So for that one, I'm going to be reading Shadows in the Mind's Eye by Jane Eyre Trump, and I have actually already started it. I only got in about a few chapters. I would say maybe about a 1/5 of the way in, not even that much. But my book got returned to the library on ebook, so I wasn't able to recheck it out, but I used my mom's card instead. She's fine with it. But I rechecked it out to myself, so I will be reading that one. And so this one is about a man who was off during the war, and he comes home and he has PTSD, but honestly, to me, so far in the book, he really doesn't have, like, he has it pretty strong, but I feel like other people in the book honestly have more PTSD than he does for other reasons. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, so there's a few dangerous things, some mysterious things happening in the book later on. I haven't gotten to those parts yet. But yeah, so I hope it's good. I am enjoying it so far, and it's my first, well, I was going to say it's my first book by the author, but I think this is her debut novel, so yeah. All right, so that is the last book. I'm going to go ahead and roll for my last prompt, which is my Read Around the World-a-thon, which, if you don't know, I probably will say it again, but it's a year-round readathon that I started this year where you can play my board game, use my cards. They're all linked down below in the description box, so feel free to jump in any month. If you're new, have fun with it. You can always roll just roll once a month, or you can do the entire board game every month, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's fun. And everybody's been having so much fun. And if you're on Instagram, feel free to look me up at paperbacks and send me screenshots or send me or tag me or whatever and share your book picks, because I love to know what you guys all get for your monthly TBRs. Or in general, what you're reading. Let me know down in the comments, that too. All right, so let's go ahead and pick our roll. Let's roll to see what we get to pick. For those of you who are new, if you want to play the whole board every month, you can. You use 2 dice. That way it's easier for you. If you plan on just doing 1 roll every month and just do like 1 roll instead of the whole entire board, then you can just use 1 dice, and that's totally fine. So for me, I'm doing 1 roll every month. I've actually put little stickers on where I land. So last time we landed on a rainbow, so we had to go back 1. So let's see what we get to today. We got a 6. Nice. So it's this way, not that way. Oh, Oh, did we land on a rainbow? No, we didn't. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We landed on a globe, which is prompt cards with the globe. So, awesome. So I think these are genre-specific cards plus a little bit of other stuff. I think there's tropes in here too. Not exactly sure. I haven't gotten a globe yet, I don't think. All right, so what we got, whoops. I don't remember which one was on top. Shoot. I saw them, but I couldn't tell. So I'm going to mix them again. So I do apologize for that. But we're going to mix them again just to be honest, because I have no idea which one was on top. So make sure there's only one card there. All right. Young adult. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but I think I might have a few YA on my list. I'm not sure, but hopefully I do. So we landed on a young adult book. So that is not necessarily genre, but age group. All right, so let's go see what our last book of the month is. All right, so for our official last roll of May for the Read Around the World-a-thon, we got a genre prompt. Boy, we got 3 genre prompts in one game. That's crazy. All right, so for that one, we ended up getting a young adult, which I forgot to bring up the little card, but we got young adult. So I, again, thought this was going to be really tough. I could have put one of Morgan L. Busey's books because I feel like they're geared toward young adult. I was going to pick another series, but that one was actually middle grade, although I feel like it's more YA. But the book we're going to pick is, drumroll, I'll be finishing a series next month. Yay! I'll be reading Stars Above by Marissa Mayer. This is the last and final book that I have left to read in the entire Lunar Chronicles series. I finished the Lunar Chronicles like early last year. I never got around to reading this book. I even read the other novella, which I forgot what it is right now. It's up there and I can't read it. But I honestly did not like the other novella. So we'll see what this one is like. I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy it. But yeah, so these were kindly gifted to me from a friend. He sent me the entire collection, so thank you so much for sending these to me. I'm just so excited, and they're like these beautiful, like gorgeous, like newer covers, which I actually think I might prefer than the older covers, even though I do like the older covers. But so yeah, so I will be reading these, or reading this one. I think is it like a bunch of stories, or is it just one story? I think it's just one story, but yes, so that's why. Oh, here it is, Fairest. That's what the other novella is called. I'm like, what is it called? But anyway, so Stars Above, it's a Lunar Chronicles collection, I guess. So yes, that's what I'm reading. It's not super long, but yeah, actually, I mean, it's over 375 pages. Like, like this is like a full-length book, not really a novella. So, but I'm happy to add this on my list because I can cross it off of my very long series tracker. So another series knocked off my list by the end of May. I'm so excited. This probably will not be read until the end of May. Yeah. So I'm really excited. Don't really know anything about this book. What is this one about? Cinder. So this one's about Cinder and the soldier wolf. So interesting. There's actually... This is actually a collection of 9 stories, it looks like. So, interesting. All right, so this might actually have a couple of the ones that are like they're kind of like 0.3, 0.5. Like, and there has been a couple that were like online only, so maybe they're in this bind up. Who knows? But yes, so I can't tell you really anything about this one, but in the first book of the original series, we're following Cinder. This is a secular YA series, but aside from Fairest, which is the novella book, were all really, 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 they were clean. There was no language or anything. They're just a fun sci-fi take on classic fairy tales, with Cinder in the first book being a cyborg and just her kind of trying to rescue the kingdom and rescue her prince. So it was really exciting adventure, and I loved all of the first 4 books. But Fairest to me was a little bit on the risque side. Let me just put it that way. So if I'm being honest, if you want to read these, I would just skip over Fairest. So we'll read this one and see if it's good too. So yeah, but the rest of the series was absolutely amazing and one of my favorite series, especially on audio. They're really great on audio. All right, so without further ado, that is my TBR. So this is the only one that I have physically. But yeah, so how many books do I have? I have 6. So like, just imagine 6 more books or 5 more books up on top there. That's how many that I have. I only have this one physically, but I am just so excited that my TBR is working out great. Oh yeah, before I forget, that's what I was going to talk about. I said earlier that I was going to elongate my May reading. So I have already started Mark of the Raven today. I'm already almost halfway done with it. And I am planning on binge reading them. I was going to stop reading them and like continue and reading them on the first of the month, but I really just want to read them. So since I will be going on a trip in May that will last almost a week, well, not a full week, it's like a half a week. So I am going to elongate my month and start my month today, which is May or April. What is today? April. I forgot what the date it is today. 26th. It is the 26th today of April. So I'm officially starting my May TBR today. So if I can get done most of my TBR before even the month begins, that would be amazing. And I'm just giving myself a little leeway this month. I don't normally do that. I usually start my TBR right on April 1st, or May 1st, whatever the next month is. But yeah, so I'm going to give myself a little leeway and elongate my month just a little bit for May. So it's my game, my rules. But I think you all will give me a little leeway since I'll be taking a vacation anyways and probably won't get very much reading done. So even though it's a book trip, I probably won't be reading very much. You know, it's kind of a oxymoron there, or whatever it's called. But anyways, so let me know what you plan on reading next month. Let me know how you're all doing, because I love talking with you. So comment down below, because I love seeing your lovely comments and I love chatting with you. So also don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. I post 3 times a week. That's a lot. So every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So yeah, let's all have fun talking about books together. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.